What is the difference between _str_ and _repr_? What is the difference between _str_ and _repr_ in Python?
Alex summarized well but, surprisingly, was too succinct. First, let me reiterate the main points in Alex's post. The default implementation is useless, it's hard to think of one which wouldn't be, but yeah, _repr_ goal is to be unambiguous, _str_ goal is to be readable, containers _str_ uses contained objects _repr_. Default implementation is useless. This is mostly a surprise because Python's defaults tend to be fairly useful. However, in this case, having a default for _repr_ which would act like would have been too dangerous, for example, too easy to get into infinite recursion if objects reference each other. So Python cops out. Note that there is one default which is true, if _repr_ is defined, and _str_ is not, the object will behave as though _str_ equals _repr_. This means, in simple terms, almost every object you implement should have a functional _repr_ that's usable for understanding the object. Implementing _str_ is optional, do that if you need a pretty print functionality, for example, used by a report generator. The goal of _repr_ is to be unambiguous. Let me come right out and say it, I do not believe in debuggers. I don't really know how to use any debugger, and have never used one seriously. Furthermore, I believe that the big fault in debuggers is their basic nature. Most failures I debug happened a long time ago, in a galaxy far away. This means that I do believe, with religious fervor, in logging. Logging is the lifeblood of any decent fire and forget server system. Python makes it easy to log, with maybe some project-specific wrappers. All you need is a But you have to do the last step, make sure every object you implement has a useful repr, so code like that can just work. This is why the eval thing comes up. If you have enough information so eval repr C equals C, that means you know everything there is to know about C. If that's easy enough, at least in a fuzzy way, do it. If not, make sure you have enough information about C anyway. I usually use an eval-like format, like class this equals %r, that equals %r%, self.this, self.that. It does not mean that you can actually construct my class, or that those are the right constructor arguments, but it is a useful form to express this is everything you need to know about this instance. Note, I used %r above, not %s. You always want to use repr, or %r formatting character, equivalently, inside _repr_ implementation, or you're defeating the goal of repr. You want to be able to differentiate my class 3 and my class 3. The goal of _str_ is to be readable. Specifically, it is not intended to be unambiguous. Notice that str3 equals str3. Likewise, if you implement an IP abstraction, having the str of it look like 192.168.1.1 is just fine. When implementing a date/time abstraction, the str can be the 12th of April 2010 15:35 and 22 seconds, etc. The goal is to represent it in a way that a user, not a programmer, would want to read it. Chop off useless digits, pretend to be some other class, As long as it supports readability, it is an improvement. Containers _str_ uses contained objects _repr_. This is surprising, doesn't it? It is a little, but how readable would it be if it used their _str_? Not very. Specifically, the strings in a container would find it way too easy to disturb its string representation. In the face of ambiguity, remember, Python resists the temptation to guess. If you want the above behavior when you're printing a list, you can probably also figure out what to do about dictionaries. Summary. Implement _repr_ for any class you implement. This should be second nature. Implement _str_ if you think it would be useful to have a string version which errs on the side of readability.
My rule of thumb, _repr_ is for developers, _str_ is for customers.
Unless you specifically act to ensure otherwise, most classes don't have helpful results for either. As you see, no difference, and no info beyond the class and object's ID. If you only override one of the two. As you see, if you override _repr_, that's also used for _str_, but not vice versa. Other crucial tidbits to know, _str_ on a built-on container uses the _repr_, not the _str_ for the items it contains. And, despite the words on the subject found in typical docs, hardly anybody bothers making the _repr_ of objects be a string that eval may use to build an equal object. It's just too hard, and not knowing how the relevant module was actually imported makes it actually flat out impossible. So my advice, focus on making _str_ reasonably human readable, and _repr_ as unambiguous as you possibly can, even if that interferes with the fuzzy unattainable goal of making _repr_'s return value acceptable as input to _eval_.
_repr_, representation of Python object usually eval will convert it back to that object. _str_ is whatever you think is that object in text form. For example,
Ah,